Hey everybody, let me tell you what I got going on over here today. I got this big black Be Quiet desktop. Yeah, that's what it's called. Be Quiet. Nice giant cooler there. Minimal RGB. Big, dark, and handsome right there. So the problem with this computer came in, the customer was complaining. He said he would play Fortnite and it would crash on him, it would freeze on him, it would turn off on him, like kind of all of the above. So there, wind up starting diagnostic. We ran RAM test, was fine. The power supply was working fine, and under stress it would work for hours. It was kind of strange because sometimes the power would go out, but then you're not sure, or it restarted, you're not sure if it was other hardware, power supply, operating system. It was kind of crazy there. So when I'm going back and forth, put my OS, it has an M.2, so it took his M.2 out, put my OS, had to install drivers, all that, get everything all up to date, and ran that, and it would be smooth, but it was still turn off. So then with my power supply, my OS, it was working fine. Then I went back to his OS, his M2 SSD with my power supply, a separate power supply externally, and then that finally worked out. So it was a combination of both. He had the operating system had problems, which was strange because outside of the game, outside of the Fortnite, it didn't really. I don't recall running into any issues, only during the game. So maybe the game was installed bad. But at the same time, the power supply, not that it wouldn't supply the power, at some point it would just click off. Even running stress tests, it would run the stress test, for a while, 15-20 minutes. But then at some point, I'd come back later, the computer would be off. So it's arbitrary. It's good when a power supply just doesn't work at all. That's it. The light bulb that doesn't turn on, that's it. It's not working. But, with this power supply here would work for a while, then it wouldn't. Then I would stress it, and it'd pop right there at the spot. Reconnect the cables. Maybe it's a bad connected cable. Reconnect the cables. It runs now for 2 hours. They're like, okay, it was the cable. But then I come back 4 hours later. No, the computer's off. It was kind of crazy. So now it's been on for 24 hours. So had to reinstall his operating system and had to change the power supply. So these, problems, when there's two causes, are kind of hard to narrow down, which of the two it is. So we finally got that nailed down, and I'm going to show you here. We've had it up and running for a day and 18 hours straight. And that's, up running. That's, we got the Fortnite there, and I will come every so often and just, run it, make it play. Probably played too many games myself. Not really played, kind of run through the motions because I don't know how to play, so I would just let the person run around there and just get killed. But, kind of going through the game. And then, what was I going to show you? And then also running, that 24/7 aquarium. So running a video for over 24 hours. The game's been open for over 24 hours. And I did do some stressing for like a couple hours, and the temperatures are good. So that's going to be a wrap for the Be Quiet. That's what's going on right here, right now at PC 911.